Seneta Mwoloote na chama cha UDA Muwandu Gloria Orwoba Niwaweta Silikali ya Kenya Kwanza Niyiendeeye Kwianiisya Mawiwano ala Yaandikaniiye na Aamwaitu Ivindani ya Kambeini Ateo Eenda Ikase Nati Muno Nthini wa Kuthinikia Kuukitana na Syiko sya Ithokoo sya Mivae kana GBV. Orwoba aikathia nzama ya vamwe ila inaseovyo ni President William Ruto chumani kivitu kuthia na kuongeleka kwa Syiko ni wakulia budget ya shilingi milioni imwe ila inanenganiwe ni President itumike kwa ilia koti sya kusilama kwani makau wa Mivae bandu va kunengwa Ayumbe ma Aamwaitu Ayuweta wia wa Ayumbe ni kuseuvya miao indi tikwekonia na kuthukumithia mivango ya Silikali. Benjamin Mwaka ni devota witu kuma Nairobi.
Seneta Gloria Orwoba Niwaweta President William Ruto nwananitikililo kiseo cha kuthinikia mathina ma Aamwaitu otaundu wathana Ivindani ya Kambeini Ateo vena vatathinikie na kithito kumina Syiko sya kau wa Mivae yani GBV.
And I commend His Excellency President William Ruto because he is actually delivering to the Kenya Kwanza Women Charter, which he promised and signed to the women of Kenya. However, I would say that we need a more sustainable approach. We have within our current laws, we have many laws and we have many policies. We have the Sexual Offence Act that captures, on the sexual offences and how to approach it from a legislative perspective. We have the Penal Code. We have the Protection Against Domestic Violence Act 2015. And even the ministry has a national policy on how to deal with gender-based violence and particularly femicide. If we cannot have perpetrators brought to book, if we cannot have convictions, for instance, because it's been very difficult to have convictions because we have an issue of the chain of, when you're having the investigations, there's an issue of even evidence collection, particularly on matters of sexual harassment and things like that. So these are the issues because if you have more people who are being convicted, then naturally there will be a behavioral change because society will understand if you do this, then you are going to be arrested, then within 6 months you are going to be in prison. So, and if we focused on that first, then we can come later to talk about the advocacy and now having those conversations.
Ingeikathia zama vamwe ile naseuvya kuthinikia mathina ma GBV ni President William Ruto okulia budget la President unenganite ya shilingi milioni imwe kwa Ayumbe onthe Aamwaitu nzikayoni sya kumantha usungi wa thina itumike maunduni angi mavata na muno maunduni makwailia usilo wa makwaniano.
The issue here is that this 100 million should not be spent just on having conversations with people on the grassroots. We should prioritize our gender desks in the police stations. I have always said that this gender desk should move to the medical facilities because the first point of response as a victim of gender-based violence is that you go to hospital, and that is where you have the evidence collected, that is where you can have your OB written, that is where everything can be dealt with. So I think if we put emphasis on the gender desk so that it's more efficient and emphasis on the gender courts, then we'll be able to tackle at least, I would say, 50% of the issue. This 100 million would be better spent making the gender desk more efficient and making the gender courts more efficient.
Onugwe ovo Niwaweta wia wa Ayumbe tikungamia mivango ya Silikali indi ni kuseuvya miao ya kwailia mivango ino.
I come from the opinion that as legislators, our work is oversight. We are not project managers. We should not be managing projects and going to spend money. We should be playing oversight on possibly the technical working group and those who are implementing on these things. What we should be doing, particularly in this coming session, is ensuring that we pass a law that we cap all cases of GBV to just last a possible maximum of 6 months. I feel this is where we should put the intent. So what I'm saying is we welcome the 100 million. In fact, we need more. We need more money towards fighting GBV and femicide. But we also need to be careful on how we are spending this money because putting together 1,000 people in a constituency and saying stop beating each other is a good thing, but it doesn't mean that is what will stop the GBV.
Vilingwa mauvo kumavamo Ilovia nye nito Benjamin Mwaka.